Good afternoon and welcome to Padre's Ponderings, December the 1st.
I'm prepared. Are you prepared?
I am. I've got a stack of stuff.
Got
My
a
mask.
spangly kind of bracelet on there too, don't you?
Yes, it's festive. Tis the season.
Jason usually has some ropes hanging around his hand right
Jason's got his beanie cap on. I call it a ski cap. We had a debate about that because it is cold. First day of December and it's really chilly in the low country.
Got the old sweater on.
I know. Look, we coordinated today.
Well, yeah, got my sweater on here. Got a bunch of sweaters, so I'll start wearing sweaters from now on. It's
Sweater weather.
Love to wear sweaters. Yeah.
In this past week, we've had almost every season. It was hot on Thanksgiving Day, wasn't it like 80?
Yep.
So we had a little summer,
I think
spring,
it was
fall.
chill for a while.
Yeah.
Yep, it'll be fine.
Time to cover the plants tonight, I heard.
Your mama's got the people, she got them in the garage.
The fruit trees.
Lemon tree and guava or whatever those other things that she's got out there. She brings them on in, you know. So don't you have some fruit trees?
I do. So I'll just,
They're going to die tonight.
I don't have someone to bring them in, so I will just cover them with probably a sheet.
What about that big boy that lives there at your house?
Well, he could.
He could.
When he comes home from work, he could do
He could do that.
He could do that.
He could
But
do.
it's easier just to cover it with a sheet.
There you go.
Because mine are bigger.
Okay. Well,
So
suit
I don't
yourself.
want to disturb the lemons that are about ready to be picked.
How about all the stuff here? How about these trees back here?
I love the lights. It looked so good on the camera on Sunday.
And you had the
I
advent
love
wreath going
Christmas
too,
lights.
right? I was on the historic campus. We had it rolling over there. John the Baptist. Very good. Like it.
So it's that time.
Yes, it is.
The printer is currently printing up our postcards with all of our service times and how to register, and you need to register. And if you're not coming in person, the backside is all streaming.
That's right.
So it's time for all of that.
And just because you got to register ahead of time, that doesn't mean you can't bring visitors. It just means you need to register your visitors.
Exactly.
Yep, it'd be good.
And do you know when people can start registering for their Christmas Eve services?
Already?
No.
No.
Next
soon?
Wednesday,
Next
December the
Wednesday.
9th. We did it the day after regular registration so that the website wouldn't be too bogged down. So December the 9th. So think about who
So
you want to
December the 9th, you
invite.
can start registering for services on the 24th? Whoa. Planning ahead. Got all those candles to give out.
We have a lot, I know we have boxes of candles that came in today.
Yep, candlelight services. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Somebody just came in the school and said, when are you taking off for Christmas? We're not on the school schedule. Christmas Eve is actually, and Michael Ann said, Christmas Eve is like our Super Bowl.
That's the big doings there now.
Yeah.
Big doings. And I hope that the COVID stuff doesn't dampen Christmas this year for people. But a lot of folks are just apprehensive about all of it. Now the thing about people getting together, don't get together for Thanksgiving, then it comes to don't get together for Christmas, and just hard to know what to do. But the good news is we have everything online so that people can pick it up there. Just like healing service tomorrow night, that's online.
Healing service tomorrow night is online. You can come in person for that. You don't have to register for it, but you can come in person or
And
watch
then
online.
next Wednesday night,
Next
something else is
Wednesday,
online, and that's whoa.
Yeah, I've been studying
And about
on Mary.
On Mary.
Asked for some help via Facebook this morning.
You did.
I put a little question out there, and I'll put in the responses in the intro to the teaching next week. But looking forward to it.
I didn't get that Facebook
Excited.
query.
Because you're not on Facebook.
There's a clue in it.
Yeah. But it was really
you don't
fun
have to
to
be on
see
everything.
how quickly I put the question out there and about Mary and how quickly people really responded.
You know, I'm not on Facebook, and
I mean, you're
see-
on Facebook, but you don't.
I am.
You don't. You
I
don't
didn't know
look
was
at
on
it.
there. Well, anyway, I've been interested to see these things that are advertised an app. You know, you get an app on your phone, you get things free and all that. You know, I saw some the other day. They just were flipping through the screen. They have all kind of apps on there. Why can't you just pick up the phone or something? I don't.
Well, apps are just quick links to websites and things like that. An app is simpler than a website, I guess you could say.
So you've got apps on there too, don't you? Whoa. I bet your mama's phone's loaded up with that too.
Like Chick-Fil-A app, that's a huge one. That's a huge one.
What does that do to you?
So you put in your order and you go ahead and submit it. You don't have to wait in the line that literally wraps around the building and into the Lowe's parking lot. You just pull into the parking place, put in what number parking space you're in, and the precious people come out with your meal.
Really?
It saves a ton of time.
Your mom likes Chick-fil-A. I don't know if she
Who
has
doesn't like
I
Chick-fil-A?
don't know if she has the app, but
She does. She does. She does. Yes.
anyway, well, I'm glad she has the app to make it easier for her to get something.
Yeah. So today is December the 1st. So if you're doing the reverse Advent calendar, I'm going to link this to the website hopefully this afternoon when I get the print off. Put a can of peas in your bag for the food bank. December the 29th was peanut butter. November 29th was peanut butter. November 30th, granola bars. And today, it's a can of peas. So start collecting, and then you can bring these items in at the end of December and beginning of January.
You know, I'm just wondering, if I was going to the food bank and I'm going through the line, would I be excited to get a granola bar, or would I be disappointed that I didn't get a can of soup or something?
You don't like granola bars, but others do. Just like, well, beets aren't on here. You don't like beets.
No.
But there are other things too. There's lots of soup and things in here. So it's a good collection. Granola bars are great for the kids. And we serve lots of children too.
And the children eat them?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
Oh yeah.
Glad to know.
So for yesterday, we served 150 families and 492 bags were donated. It was hopping yesterday.
That's wonderful.
I stopped by and it was just busy, busy, busy. And the volunteers, I love to watch them. I mean, they are just rushing around. And
Like the people working at Chick-fil-A, aren't they?
like the
Bringing
people
things
working
up.
at Chick-fil-A, and just as nice.
But they don't have an app over there. I mean,
Food Bank does not have an app.
no, but I mean, when you just pull up, they're just bringing the stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
nice too. You just pull up and then our volunteers load your car and then you drive off.
Yep.
So well done. Rod does a great job over there and all the volunteers.
A lot of volunteers in that. Your mom was decorating the house. Have you seen it lately?
Mm-hmm.
She
You've
came in
got-
with a big old container yesterday of balls for the Christmas tree, and I said, honey, there is not a spot you can stick them on there. There's not a spot for it. I came back in and they were all gone.
She found a spot.
She found a spot. She has bows on there and other things like that. And so I'm eating breakfast this morning, and there's this green plant there, and she's telling me that's going to be gone. Poinsettias coming in. Not a red one. That won't go with the decor. White or pale pink.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
So we're easing up into something.
And for Christmas here, we'll have red poinsettias. Lots of them. That'll be really pretty.
Yeah.
And at the historic campus and I believe at Cross Point too.
Yeah, historic campus looks real pretty over there. All the purple wreaths and the wreaths and the purple bows everywhere. Very special. You know, the old church, when you get it decorated up like that, really
So
looks
pretty.
like
Oh,
something. Really looks like something.
so pretty.
So, and you know, hear those
Candles on
hear
the
those old
pews.
songs, those old hymns, Christmas hymns, Advent hymns, and that setting is just very special, very special. And you know, and Stephanie, with the Flower Guild people, they just do a great job with all that, and the Altar Guild people, Phyllis and all them, wonderful, and ushers, and you know, Cheryl does a good job with all that organization over there. Yeah.
It is beautiful. So we'll be streaming services.
What's the book you got?
This is an Advent book that I just got in the mail and started yesterday. It is by Paul David Tripp. Have you ever read any of his? He has great devotionals, really good devotionals. And this one's that Advent devotional. Come, let us adore him. Very well done. So last week in the e-news, we put in some resources if you're interested in some Advent resources to get you started in the season. This is one of them, and there were several others. Also put in the prayers and the collect from the Anglican Diocese of the South, I believe, where you can click on that. So that'll be in the e-news again this week if you're looking just for some additional resources for this season. And they all point to Jesus.
As opposed to social media and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, the culture points to everything but, right? Yeah. And Michael Ann for the children on Facebook and Instagram. That's an app.
Instagram is
an app. She's going to be doing nightly, real quick little short videos, and she's doing a Jessie tree with the kids. Sorry, that's my phone on my watch. I would bet it's my daughter. Yes.
Come home, Mom.
Yeah, what's for
Send
lunch?
money, something like that.
What's for lunch?
Oh.
Yeah. So, lots of different things to add in to your routines and stuff for this year. So you're working on John.
Yeah, I did the sermon on it over there, and I'm reworking it. I just want to do something different with it.
Tweaking it a little bit?
Yep. So working on that and reworking some of it, then the Christmas Eve service that I'm doing. Working on Why Jesus Come.
I was thinking about Christmas. What is one of your favorite Christmas memories?
Well, I guess I was about,
oh my gosh. Okay, carry on.
you know, one of the things about all that,
I'm going to throw it in a minute.
one of the things about all, you see the people walking around and they're reading off the screens and all that kind of stuff. I was thinking about that what's bad about cell phones and all that stuff like that is not the different behavior patterns it causes. It's the behaviors that it eliminates. Like, for instance, your book right there. If somebody's on the social media stuff right there and they're reading that, they're not reading that. So as you move into these other things, you're forfeiting other kinds of behavior, you're forfeiting other kinds of information that probably has more lasting impact.
Oh, sure.
So if you're sitting there at the dinner table and you're looking at your machine, you're forfeiting the behavior of being able to engage with family. And the things that we give up, what we put in place and things we give up is seldom worth what we've passed away. Favorite Christmas memory? I was about, it was the Christmas before I broke my knee. So I might be 5th grade, something like that. And I wanted a bicycle. We were living on Sullivan's Island, down at the end down there where the old Stella Maris Church is. The new one wasn't built then, of course. Little teeny Catholic church there. And I wanted a bicycle. I wanted that bicycle bad. And I worked on it now. I worked on it. And Christmas morning came, and there was no bicycle to be found. Nary a bicycle. An assortment of balls and clothes and stuff like that. Who needs that? I'm looking for that bike.
Right, where's the bike?
There was no bike. And I would, I put on a good face, unwrap the presents, folded the paper out. Mom always said you do that, put the paper over on one side, we're going to reuse that. All the ribbons went over here. Save the card. Every present had a card. On the back of the card, you write down what the present was. Day after Christmas, you write thank you notes. That was just part of it. So there was no hurry, tear. That didn't happen there. So anyway, I went through the motions, nary a bike. My father said, now gather up all the trash and take it outside. So I went outside and there was 3 bicycles out there. One for me and one for Sissy and one for Dee Dee. I couldn't believe it. 3 bicycles. And he and Mama were standing at the door watching. And it wasn't just any ordinary bicycle. It was a Schwinn Flyer.
Oh, big time.
Big bike. Blue. It was blue. And it had a basket on the front of it. Had a seat thing on the back. And it had in the middle, going between the seat and the handlebars, was this wide thing, you know. And it had a built-in horn right there. And coming out of the handlebars, it had streamers.
Oh, yeah.
I was something out here. I was something.
So you were scooting around Sullivan's Island in style.
Something. Yeah, because see, back then nobody was at
Right,
Sullivan's Island.
nobody was there.
Fort Moultrie hadn't been restored. We played all around Fort Moultrie. Yeah, it was just all abandoned. But yeah, you just went anywhere. And bike was my vehicle that took me several blocks away to a friend's house that summer, early that summer. And he had this huge chinaberry tree in his yard. We was climbing in the chinaberry tree. Boy, that big limb gave way. When I woke up, I was in Roper Hospital. And I'd fallen out of that tree. And there were these concrete blocks that were not concrete, granite blocks that were lying on the sidewalk underneath there. And I'd come down out of that tree and hit on my knee right here, so I broke that up. My head hit down, broke off some teeth back in here, and I woke up in Roper Hospital, looking out over that marina out there. And I had a half cast on because they couldn't put the whole cast on because there was an open wound on the top. And they'd wired the kneecap together with a silver wire down there. And so all that had to heal before they could put the full cast on. And so I spent that summer in a full cast that went from here down around my feet.
No air conditioning.
Zero. Zero air conditioning. No going to the beach, nothing. Sat there on that carport that we had, because, you know, on this kind of a lounge kind of thing there. And there was this, in the newspaper, there was this game in there that give you a word, and then you had to see how many words you could make out of the letters of the word, you know. And so I worked on those. Got pretty good at that. And then Mama said, well, just get your dictionary, just flip the page and put your finger down and get another word.
Thanks, Mom. What, you were in 5th grade?
Yeah, I'm in the 5th grade. What do I know?
Perhaps that's where your days of pondering started. You didn't have anything else to do.
And I read. I did read, yeah. I like to read. Yeah, but it was a long summer. Long, hot summer.
No bicycle either.
Couldn't ride the old bike. Couldn't ride the old bike. Nope. Tough. All I could hear was, I told you, don't go in that tree. Don't climb trees. Don't climb on the fort over there. You could fall. Oh, God, you know. But you learn.
You do learn.
You learn. So I didn't go back in that chinaberry tree again. Of course, the limb was gone. So.
There wasn't anything to climb. You broke it.
The limb was gone. But yeah, that was a good Christmas. Surprising Christmas. Because what happens is you come out early and you're fully expecting to see this bike out there, and there's nothing, and so the bottom falls out, you know. And then you piddle around, go through the motions, and you go out there, and you're up there like that. Pretty special. Pretty special. One Christmas I got Red Ryder, BB gun.
Oh man, you're like the movie.
Got
Christmas
the BB
Story.
gun, got the hat, got the gloves with the fringes hanging off of it. Rolling. That's before the bicycle. Yep.
I'd love to see you with fringe gloves.
Long
Many
ago
moons,
and
many
far away.
moons is what you say,
Yeah,
right?
many moons ago, me and the old Indian, yep.
So have you already figured out the stories you're going to tell when you tape for the service that we're going to air the day after, not the day after Christmas, the 27th? We won't have in-person services. We're going to be streaming services that day. You already figured out your stories?
Just a couple of them. Martin of Tours is one of them. That's a favorite of mine. The Cobbler, the faces on the floor. I love that story too. And then the Fourth Wise Man. That'll be the third one. And I don't know what the fourth one is yet. I'm thinking about a story I wrote one time, a long time ago, about a shepherd, old shepherd sitting at the fire with his grandson. And he's telling his grandson about the night when the angels were in the sky. See? I'm going to do that story.
There you go.
But it has an unusual ending. See. So you have to tune in for that.
We'll tune in for that for sure.
Unusual.
For sure.
Unexpected.
And then Jason and Jordan and Marissa will be singing?
That's the hope, yep.
Very good.
Such a great song, great old carols.
There's so many songs this time of year that you can pull from.
Mm-hmm. I think I'd like to have Marissa sing "Mary, Did You Know?" I think that'd be a good one there. And then, "What Child Is This?" That'd be the fellows could do that really well, just with acoustic guitar. And then they've got some great songs we're singing at Cross Point over there that are different kinds of Christmas songs.
So I get excited every week. I get on there and I can see the plan for this Sunday. And they're playing one of my absolute favorites this coming week.
And what is that?
He Will Reign Forever. It's an old hymn, but Chris Tomlin and Matt Maher.
Is that like the Messiah? He will reign forever and ever.
No.
It's not the Messiah.
It's not the Messiah.
No.
And
I know
He
Chris
Will
Tomlin
Reign.
didn't write that.
Chris Tomlin borrows a lot. He borrows a lot of hymns and redoes them a little bit. So this is an old hymn that's been redone, but it's beautiful, the way that they arrangement and everything.
Great.
So that's at Cross Point this week, so I'm excited.
Well, I'll be there
about
to hear
that. Yes.
Very good.
So, all right. Well, anything else? I know you got a lot going on. We've got people working on the air conditioning in here and painting and all kinds of stuff, touching up this week.
Still working on a punch list. There's in a place this big, you keep finding little things that you don't see until later on down the line. The folks are just great about coming in and being patient and doing the little things. We're getting there.
Mm-hmm. And opening up right before the pandemic kind of prolongs things a little bit too.
Oh yeah. But yeah, we're doing well and very pleased. A lot of people have turned in time, talent, and treasure stewardship stuff for this coming year. Very pleased at that, and want to thank the folks who've turned it in and want to encourage those of you who have not to please do that for us. We're deep into the whole plans for 2020 and 2021, and the whole idea. You can have the greatest visions in the world, but just like the scripture says, without a vision, the people perish. Without resources, the vision perishes.
That's true.
So you got to undergird with resources of time, talent, and treasure. So what we're able to do is a function of what people are willing to put in with respect to their time and talent and treasure. So we don't exist in a vacuum. So please do your part in that. And particularly want you to give your time and your talent. There's so many needs, and we're going to come out of this thing during this 2021. And boy, we're going to have to dig in and dig hard because the needs are great. Opportunities are huge, huge, huge. So I'm excited about all that. Regina's working hard with me on doing budgeting for this coming year. It'll be good. Be real good.
New year.
New Year's fast here
New
now.
possibilities, that's right. It is.
New Year's fast here.
There's so many things this year that you could list off the negatives, but that's not helpful at all. There are a lot of really positive things that have happened in 2020. a lot of blessings, a lot of gifts. And so it's good to look back on that too.
You know, after the 10 o'clock service on the historic campus, I think it was the 10 o'clock service, yeah. A couple came up afterward and he just gave me something. He said, "Now this, I don't want to make it, this is just, you give this to help people," you know, and it was just a whole bunch of cash in his hand, you know, just, and both of them had tears in their eyes, just a real sweet couple, and, but they were thinking about other people, and I think that's the big thing about Christmas, is it's a season to be thinking about others. God is thinking about us when he becomes man in the form of a baby. So it's all about being other-centered. And we've got lots of other-centered people here. Your food bank is a year-round other-centeredness, but this time of year there are particularly a lot of other-centered people. So
There's definitely joy in giving. It's more blessed to give than to receive. And that's true. That is so, so true. Once you go from this to this,
amen. Amen.
It's so different. That's a huge step in obedience in your walk with Christ, is to let go.
So you got anything else on your list of paper over there?
No, we covered it. Food bank, all the needs for this week. I haven't said the needs for this week, but it is in the loop. Canned vegetables, applesauce, cereal, jelly, tuna, pasta sauce, and ravioli. So bring those to services, drop them off Saturday between 9 and 11, drop them off on Monday from 9 to noon, and then they'll start passing it out. So.
We were little, Mama loved to give us cereal with applesauce on it. And then whenever she cooked pork, she'd put applesauce on top of the pork. I don't think that's in the cookbook, but
they used to do that on the Brady Bunch.
What?
Oh, what was the lady in the Brady Bunch that did the cooking? Was it Florence? You don't know. Somebody put it in the comments. Who was the cook on the Brady Bunch?
She put
Florence Henderson was the mom's real name, but I can't remember. Oh my goodness, I'll have to Google it in a minute. But they used to do pork chops with applesauce. That was like a whole episode.
Wasn't much on the Brady Bunch. I wasn't much on Ozzie and Harriet and all that kind of stuff either.
You're the Lone Ranger.
The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, The Shadow Knows. Yep. Those are good stories.
All right, registration is open for services this weekend. Go ahead and register for being in person. Again, we'll stream at 9 o'clock and 10:30. 9 o'clock from the chapel, 10:30 from Cross Point. You can tune in then. Reach out if you have any questions or anything.
Jonathan's on the historic campus.
Jonathan's on historic campus.
And I'm here, and I'm at the chapel in Cross Point.
And Cross Point, that's right. So we look forward to seeing you in person or online. So go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.
God's peace and blessings to you. Hope I see you Sunday. If not, I'll see you in eternity. Or maybe before then.
Well,
In all that we do here, know that God loves you, and I love you too.